I, Yash Agrawal, GJC Next Gen Committee member, extend a warm welcome to all of you to Let's Talk seminar series. Staying ahead with productive AI productivity and idea generation with IIG. Firstly, I would like to thank Nilesh, convener GJC Next Gen, and Suyash, co-convener Next Gen, for providing us this platform so that we can have more informative sessions about AI and other different topics that we have coming today and tomorrow. So please stay tuned for more information. I would like, without a further ado, I would like to call Mr. Rahul Desai, IIG, to invite our esteemed guest Aniruddha Pal, CEO and co-founder of at Algoneering.
Welcome you all. Welcome to our Next Gen seminar, which is organized by GJC and in association with International Institute of Gemology and Algoneering. We were on the brink of an era which shaped by incredible advancement in artificial intelligence, and in gem and jewelry industry is not spared. It's inspiring to see that so many guests and experts are here gathered today to know about the AI. AI is once a concept of science fiction. I'm sure you must agree with that, right? But today, it's an integral part of any business community. Transforming gem and jewelry industry and how we interact with tech, that we have to learn with AI. The integration of AI in gem and jewelry industry offers transformative opportunities across various fronts. AI enables predictive analytics to trend forecasting and inventory management, enhances quality assurance through defect detection, and ensures personalized customer satisfaction experience. So we all recommending that in gem and jewelry industry, the entry of AI is very important. Additionally, AI optimizes supply chain transparency, facilitate design innovations, improves retail operations and chatbot. I think there must be everyone here who is using website, they must have integrated AI chatbots, right? So this is the way forward and provides valuable market insight for strategic decision making. Overall, AI revolutionized production, design, sales, inventory, marketing, positioning, promotion. In all the aspects, there is a need, there is a requirement of AI in today's gem and jewelry industry. As MD and CEO, I am proud to say that we are fully embraced this innovation and recognizing its power to drive efficiency and create new opportunities for our students and shareholders. But with this power comes responsibility. We should see that AI is a power, but at the same time, it's a responsibility of corporate houses as well. And we must prioritize ethics and societal impact as we develop AI systems. So today's seminar is a chance to delve into these crucial topics and collaborate on solutions for a future where AI serves the greater good. Let's embark to the journey of AI together. I'd just like to introduce International Institute of Gemology, as it's always evolved as an institution which is adaptive and well-versed with the innovative technology. The legacy itself stands as a testament as how it has welcomed latest development in gem and jewelry domain. So today we are bringing Algoneering, Mr. Aniruddha Pal, who is a co-founder and CEO of Algoneering, and he will be giving us a lot of insights about how AI is operating in today's world, as well as how it is essential tool, essential thing for our gem and jewelry industry. So I'd just like to welcome Mr. Aniruddha. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. Thank you for joining and supporting all of us to present something which we have been trying to research and help the industry for a long time now. And Rahul, thank you so much for understanding the need, and as an education institute, playing a very prominent role in advocating the power of AI. And I thank you very much. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Kunjan, and the entire team at IIG. Before I start, sorry, can I take the hand mic if it's possible?
Hello.
So, before I start, I would want to ask all of you that out of all sitting here, if you could explain me the profile of people that are here. Are you from the manufacturing world, the retail world? It'll help me to set a perspective in place while I explain. So that, superb. Thank you so much, sir. I met you earlier, but it's in manufacturing, right? Okay. Okay. Also, you're into manufacturing. We also have a non-manufacturer who helps us with us in data privacy, Yash. Yash helps us with data privacy from UK. Retail. Okay. So all retail, if you can put your hands up. Okay. 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 Gives me anybody who is there, not from retail, not from this industry. Any designers? Oh, I thought you guys will be the majority, but unfortunately, but still helps. Okay. I am from neither of the background that you are from. And it puts me in a spot in many number of ways. And when I keep meeting people, people perceive me that I'm a designer, neither am I, neither I am from this industry. But how it fascinated me to embark in the journey of this AI with gems and jewelry. My stint of 20 years into exhibitions and trade helped me to understand that I think this is a industry which has got layers of innovation and complexities and different sets of language. AI is entering into fashion, into retail, into interiors, but in jewelry, when I talk about jewelry industry, I think there is a huge potential that it can matter. It's just that about time, the adaptation. So we are going to dig in. Today, what I'm not going to sell what Algoneering does primarily. I'm going to talk about the power of generative AI for this industry. And we are one speck of it, and we are trying to do some research as to how it can help. And there are a lot of interesting insights that we will present. I'm not going to talk absolutely techie because I'm not the techie guy, but I'm going to try and bridge that gap between the tech and your need. Okay, so today we are looking at, if time permits, that whatever little knowledge that we have, we will share, we'll orient. I will present something on ground insights when I have a meeting more than 100 plus organizations across the country and other parts of the world. What do I get to hear from the other side of the table? That is more relevant, rather talking about somebody else's story. That is going to be your story. Second, I'm going to share some real use cases that our users are using and how it can benefit, what it can generate. Let us not talk about utopian desires. Let us talk about brass tags as to how we can deliver and what it can deliver, okay? And we would want to have a lot of Q&As, what it can do and not do, and I'll try with my best ability to answer few of them. That is what we are going to delve in. This is specifically for three of the designers that we see here. I'm trying to be your best friend. People say that how are we different? There are a lot of, how many people here are little exposed with using AI? In whatever level? Okay. And you use anything specific? Anything that you can help? OpenAI, ChatGPT, primarily for content? Okay. Okay. Superb. So we have, and you have been using Stability for, perfect. Would love to know more insights from you as we go ahead. So we are trying to differentiate ourselves, and the journey is not yet over. We are still fighting hard. That can we understand your language better? That is how it can differentiate. Other competing brands who are there, behemoths, billion-dollar companies, you don't get to see a Anirudh there. That's an issue. If you're stuck with mid-journey outputs, whom do you call? That has got nothing to do with tech, but believe me, that's one of the biggest differentiator today. We are on a daily basis trying to sit across the table and understanding your need and coming back to you by retraining a model, trying to custom a model for you, trying to see that if my AI understands your language. If you want a crossover ring in a certain way, if you want a Milgren, you want a 0.50 carat, you don't want saying 0.5, it gives a 2 carat size on a beautiful ring in between a lotus pond. That is not what we are. We can very well do that in Photoshop. So getting closer to practical designs is something that we are trying. I would not claim that we have got it, but that's how it differentiates us. Yeah, please. The engineering of the algorithm that we realize it a little tongue twisting name, and then we have ourselves shortened it to be, people are calling us algo now. They don't call it algoneering. It takes some time, but yeah. So because we try to write the AI language in a way which really engineers and re-engineers basis, because you have some open source models there in the market. What can we add more to the layer? That is where we are getting to the relevancy. So whether we like it or not like it, we have to get into embracing the Gen AI impact to our best advantage. But when I'm meeting people, when customers are using it, what are my challenges that I face? And it might, because in presentations, in Instagram, in online, it sounds really nice. But when after this meeting, when somebody asks me to connect and we meet, and then that conversation is very, very different than what we are talking here. Because then we are talking about how do we use it, who uses it, what do I write, then the basics of English comes into picture. Fundamentals are then questioned. So this is an unstoppable wave. I'm not going to reiterate this, but this is where it is, and it is growing in a super fast pace, and we cannot avoid it. Rather, let us embrace it to our advantage. Okay. Now we keep hearing about the human versus machine, which is, I would not want to call it artificial intelligence. Artificial as a word sounds a little negative to me, personally. But we are talking about machine intelligence versus human intelligence, and hands down, human intelligence will and always be far ahead than the machine. But what are we trying to solve? Are we trying to solve that whether my AI design is better than her design? No, it is not going to do that. Am I competing that? No, I am not. What I'm trying to say that one simple problem that we are trying to solve is we are saving the problem of time. You all are designing stellar pieces. We see the awards, we see something spectacular, and you're producing such a creative piece of art. But the sword of time is hanging on your head. You have a brief now, you have to vomit out crazy creative ideas tomorrow morning. Where do you go? Do you go to Goa and get inspiration? No, you can't. You're stuck to your 10 by 10. Can you go on for a ride to see what inspires you? No, you can't. That's the ground reality. So we have that box, the PC, the laptop, we straight away type google.com, Pinterest, etc., and we try to get inspiration, and then we tweak it. And then at one point of time, when we get a creative fatigue, everybody in the organization becomes creative. From sales to the bosses to everybody, because we have to deliver. Abhi client ko dene ka hai. So let's do it. So the idea of sameness is entering the industry. Because Pinterest, everything is eventually going to give you same results, and it is somebody else's idea. It is not an original idea. Then it's a process. So we are trying to coexist. We are saying that, hey, I have a power tool. If you use it, you can get thousands of suggestions, original suggestions, nothing from the internet, at a very lesser amount of time. Now use your human intelligence to get the best direction in place. That is it. We are not getting into perfection as to how good this is going to be. Inspiration at a faster time. And if it suits, you will use it to your best purpose. Can the AI understand the story? Can the AI understand the story of love and expression, love and fire, if it's a brief, for example, if a client is giving a brief? Can the AI understand and create certain inspiration of love and expression for a eternity ring or a cocktail ring or whatever we say. Can it understand and give you some relevant outputs? That's where we are trying to go. So Algoneering is into AI solutions for the gems and jewelry industry. We are not going to do interior designing and everything else. We are focused and dedicated and committed to be a long-lasting friend for this industry because we realize there's a huge potential. So the earlier, the better. Because later on, we would not have the time of researching as to what is working and what is not working. So we are using this time because the penetration is extremely low right now. People are still finding a hang of it. And we are seeing how we can help in productivity and giving some ideas. As I said, how does it help, Idea generation we spoke about. It gives you a lot of creative freedom to keep exploring different combinations, different narrative, different ways and means, good, bad. It gives you a lot of creative freedom where you're always seeing a newer perspective in place and a lesser amount of time. So in one day, you can have 1,000 suggestions to filter from. End of the week, you can have 4,000. At least decently, we can expect that 10% filter can happen to make it production friendly and ready for you to use ahead. That saves a lot of time. I can give a statistics for our real consumers right now. They're saving a minimum of 30 to 50% of their time in this entire process of idea generation. Because we realize that when we are taking too much time in idea generation, somewhere the production is hit. People in manufacture, we have gone to the biggest of factories in Surat, all over the country. It's a human error that's happening. Production blames PD, they blame creative. Then end of the day, we have 7 days time and quality is being compromised and so AI can't do anything of human errors. So we thought, where can we be a good fit? We can go a bit good fit when a brief comes, and if we can get that process in place, then you can maybe then tomorrow CaratLane is promising 7 days delivery or 24 hours delivery. How would they do that? They will only do that because their inventory of a particular category are lying in 10,000s. Aap khali order do, wo ban jayega. And they use a lot of artificial intelligence. Tata have their own IT infrastructure, so they have a dedicated team. I also want to make a very fundamental point that all software developers that we have, with all due respect, are not AI architects. All data analysts are not computational mathematics expertise. Only the big 7 or the big 4 can possibly recruit a number of AI architects giving a salary of 10-15 lakh rupees a month. So that's also one issue that it is right now, but we are very fortunate that the spine of our organization, our CTO, Mr. Satya, he's unfortunately not here. He's a PhD and postdoc in AI and have almost 7 patents in image recognitions and image AI mathematics. So he powers a lot of insight to this entire research. This is a very relevant slide. I would want all of you, you can stop me whenever you want to ask anything, that today we are all excited about AI. Rahul is extremely excited about AI. All of you are all excited, so are we. But when it is about using it in your business, trust me, we're all in the same level because we don't have a method to madness already structured. That, okay, now when I subscribe to it, how is my team going to use it? What is my next steps after I start subscribing? How do I use it in the business case? So that is something that we have on ground faced and still facing. We're trying to handhold so that the process of going together is solved. The mindset needs to be created. The biggest issue is data. All of you are super possessive with your data and designs. Yash can commend, he leads data privacy of global corporations. We have to, today or tomorrow, shift to cloud. Everything cannot run on your local infrastructure. That is something that we are facing. And cloud could be a secured platform. There are a lot of ways to encrypt, ensuring your safety and my safety both are taken care of as a global standard.
the way you keep your data. You cannot keep a data just in a folder or in a way that to decode that entire data set, to be able to use it in an AI program is going to cost resources, time, and then eventually you will say that, forget it, we'll do it sometime later. So these are all ground issues that we have faced. These are nothing that we have from the internet. These are all our personal insights, could be more. And we need to start, helping with POCs, use, experiment, might work, not might work, give your inputs to us, to anybody for that matter, but start getting into the POC mode and see what's working for you. As Sir has just rightly said that he's been using, so he's in the stage of exploration, which is very good. He would really understand what is working and not working and what it can work later on. So I think what we see that there are few issues with productivity tools. We don't have very good productivity tools that the industry can use, which is like a quick hacks. We are still dependent. We don't have something of our own. There are a lot of information that is there. Too many things to decipher from. You're sitting on piles of data. Somebody would have 500,000 designs data. Somebody have maybe 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh designs or 50,000 designs. There is still some juice left in them. How can you use it to our advantage? It's something that, we might think. We all use ERP, right? We all use ERP to store data, be it the Gatis of the world or maybe the Emperor, or there would be some other names that Diaspor. But what are we doing with them? We're just wanting information when we need. If we are there in some other parts of the world, it is not on your mobile. If there is some relevant information that we need, we are trying to bridge that as well. Creative fatigue, ladies there, whoever is into design, creative fatigue is stepping in, और क्या करे? आप 5 डिजाइन दिन में बना लोगे, 10 बना लोगे, you're super intelligent, 15 I give it to you. Then what? Is when maybe a tech can help. I was on a coffee discussing with Sir. He was very rightly telling Rahul that I think human resource, forget tech. If we are not being AI ready, and thanks Rahul for this, that aap paise do doge, you will take somebody like us or whoever, but then what? You are not going to sit and keep doing and keep researching. Your people, existing people need to upgrade. It is not going to take away jobs. Please, I'm requesting all of you business leaders here, get your existing force to upskill with AI. It could be Midjourney, it could be Stability, it could be Starry, it could be us, whoever. The writing, the way what works, that exploration should be there. Otherwise, it's going to be a jolt. I have people who subscribe, not use it for 20 days. The reason is they're making amazing pieces, but when I tell them to write, they don't know what to write. They're confused. They don't know how to shift some bars, some filters. They're jittery. So that skilling, now we cannot produce a software and we cannot get into training and development. That is where maybe leaders like Rahul would help. Did we? It went off. Start. Okay, these are all, I haven't written none of them. These are, again, statistics from people like you that we have been dealing with. Resource upscaling, availability of data. Now, for example, somebody tells me, मेरा जो design language है, आपका जो software दे रहा है, amazing. I love it. But if I may know what the company name that you represent, just for representative.
RV Agrawal.
RV
Agrawal.
Okay, RV Jewelers, for example. See, if RV says that I have a distinct style, the way I make my pieces. Your software is amazing, but the market knows me for a certain design language, right? That's the right word, design language. Can your AI or any other AI understand my design language and give me what I want? Because my customer will not like it because I'm producing a good design. I am doing business for the last 10 years with that customer. He is doing business with me because he likes what I do. So, if we don't get relevant data, I think the earlier seminar was about data is the new gold, which is very true. If we don't get data, what am I going to teach the machine? Open source data se to generic training hoga. But if I get your 25 bestsellers, can I make it 25,000? That is relevant. So when you write, you exactly get what you want for you to move ahead. So we are trying to customize, sit with you and customize a lot of models which the AI understands. Lot of industry complication. 5 of you would explain a ring in 5 different ways. There is no standardization of describing. I did a exercise with a very prominent exporter sitting in Bombay, and there were 10 people in the team. One crossover ring explained in 10 different ways by the same people in the same company. Now, how AI is not the Aladdin genie, that it will look at you, understand what you, maybe we'll reach there very soon, understand what you're thinking, and you sit quiet and piche se design will stop pooping out. No, that's not going to happen very sooner. It's a machine end of the day, and the power is with the people behind the machine, which is you guys. We need to standardize, we need to evaluate. You know, the evaluation matrix is so complicated that I don't know if you're very well versed with computer vision. So the technology that goes into understanding an image is about computer vision, which people in ISRO also uses, rocket technology also uses. आप naked eye में एक design को evaluate करते हो. The machine sees that same image 50% lesser. But when I am giving you output, you as a company evaluating my output bases your human vision. So that is where the gap is. You're not evaluating that. A simple sketch hai. If a sketch is according to your Corel sketch, the way it happens, and when the machine sees it, it is pretty much invisible. It's like nothing is been seen. Then how can the AI give you a good output? Those are fundamentals of understanding. Security and data privacy, a lot of people, we could not work ahead because they don't want to share any data, they don't want to open any data, they don't want to give any API integration with us. They're like super scared, but they love it. They have seen the POC, they're like, wow, this is amazing. But आप हमारे premises में बैठ के, हमारे machine में बैठ के, you give us everything and you basically sell your software to me as in perpetuity. I will not give anything out of my house. Well, I cannot much suggest anything to that. So that's one. Expectation setting. Can the AI do away with CAD completely? I give a prompt and it gives me a CAD. So what happens to the brilliant minds of CAD waiting in your office? We are strong believer by the people. We don't want to invest and promote a tech which takes away people's jobs. And even if we can, we won't promote that tech, which is maybe others want to, but we won't. We want to give a direction to the people in CAD. 5 bar back and forth se acha, you get one direction and you get it right at the first part. That is where we are trying to help. We are not to saying that, okay, I can do your job better. No, that won't happen. So what we bring to you, cutting it short. So to begin with, we have a solution which we call the AI-powered search, algo search, which is into reverse image search and into text search. And this is something that is not very unknown to any one of you if I give an example, but unfortunately, we don't have them much in the industry. If it is, please enlighten me. I'd be happy to know it as well. You all have seen the Google Lens, right? You all are aware of the Google Lens. In Google image search, you basically put an image and it gives you everything that is similar in the internet world. We already have that. Google has invested a lot of years and money into do that. Have you off late seen the Tanishq website? Any one of you? Off late very recently. If you open the Tanishq website, you will see a small camera icon on the top right. They, being such a huge company, has incorporated this just a few months back, which is the image search, but for internal data. So what it does is, it's a powerful engine which does image recognition. For the retailers, friends here. For example, you have and manufacturers as well. So I'll tell you the use cases as we go ahead. How are we using this? What is going to help you in this? And how the benefit can pass on. Why are they using it? As I said, to some people say that whatever data I have, all are bogus. मेरे को वो data से कोई मतलब नहीं है. So one, they are really honest. Second, they have very less data to analyze and optimize. But out of 10 people that I visit, 9 of them says that we have tons of data. In fact, I don't want to name that person. That person is one of the biggest jewelry manufacturing brand out of India. The CEO says that, Anirudh, if I optimize my existing data for the next 5 years without designing a single piece, I can still run a double figure profit. But आप मुझे पूछोगे कि what Tanishq's bestseller was that they bought from me 3 years back or 1 year back or 6 months back, I don't know where they are. They should be lying somewhere in my ERP. So if I optimize the internal data for the design team, for the PD team, and you get insights, we are saying that can we be sustainable in AI? Can we not overproduce designs? I think every day designers are designing randomly without knowing what exists in my data bank. Can I optimize? Can I change 10%? What were the kind of rings we've ever made? What were the floral motifs that we ever made? What were the any other maybe art deco styles that we have or a filigree style we have? We still have to go and manually look at the ERP or call somebody in Surat that, okay, this is my query, send me this category, this style, this. It's a long drawn process. We are taking that away completely to make it more intuitive. So when I say intuitive, the AI understands what is a heart shape. The AI understands certain global terms. You don't have to tag like you do in an ERP, that collection, name, style code, and then you just say an AI, heart-shaped earrings that I have in my inventory. If you have 500,000 design, in about 3.5 seconds or even lesser than that, it will pull up everything that is there in your inventory which has got a heart motif. So you at least, so at least you know that what's there with you, and it's always valuable. Just to take you through a user journey, how does it work? It's very simple, okay, for that matter, let me tell you, you don't have to use in a huge IT infrastructure, machines and all to use it. It's not something that is going to be absolutely crazy to be able to adopt. We are trying to make it very simple. You will get an URL, you log in, you select your category, you can have 20 categories, 40 categories. You give an uploaded image. A customer tells you, this is a kind of ring that I've seen in wherever, and what is there with you? You click, you upload, and it gives you everything that is similar, like a Google Lens. And with accuracy score, let me tell you, it will give you from, it is 82% to 70%, 50%, so you can set benchmarks and evaluate and resubmit. So Tanishq has developed something similar where it understands only image search. We have gone ahead to do text. Now, if you don't have an image, you can also describe. So you're in a show, like a GGS show. I think we're not allowed to click pictures, right, of items. So if you have seen a very nice looking piece and it is there in your mind, आप उसको explain कर दो AI को. It will still search visually. And from here, you don't have to call 10 people. If it's something very nice, मेरे company में ऐसा कुछ है कि नहीं, how do you get right now? You don't have a tech. Either you are relying on your memory power or you're relying on somebody who will access the ERP and then give you something after a few hours. Yeah, please.
So you're saying that basically you're going to curate this AI for every organization you serve.
Yeah.
And then the images, suppose our company uploads, let's say 1,000 images or 100 images or whatever. So will that become a part of the overall learning module of your macro
No.
AI? Or will that be only for us? So
Only for you. I'll go search, for example.
So then how do you train, sorry, just an add-on
please.
question. Then how do you train your AI tool? So let's say, if I had to ask you a question, how many images is your AI tool trained with to answer the relevant question?
So there are two two parts to it. I'll explain the first part. This is something which is very exclusive to each customer. Here we are trying to, so you give me, for example, I'll give you a real use case that how people are using it, then you'll get a perspective, then let me know if I have answered your question. So there is an organization, they're using it for 3 different ways. Number 1, they are trying to give customers similarity design images when people are visiting their stores as an interactive point. So when I come to your retail store, I am saying my old customer, okay, आपके पास विनीत भाई आपके पास ऐसा कुछ है कि नहीं? So that tool is used where they have a screen at the retail points and they are just uploading the image or writing and then can see that, okay, what all similar that I have in the inventory and then they are saying that मेरे को ये 5 पसंद आया, okay, done. Second, at the back end, what happens for repairs and defects? Now, customers has used it. After using, कहीं पे कुछ issue हुआ है, some linkages have broken or some issues on the pieces are defective. They send it back to the retailer by clicking a picture. Retailer वही picture manufacturer को भेज देते with and it doesn't have any style code tagging. It's because they have already owned it. This I'm talking about a real case study. Now the manufacturer manually has to scrape through their 800,000 design that ये वाला जो मुझे आया 1 साल बाद या 5 महीने बाद in my master inventory, which is that one I had produced. One person doing 2.5 hours job for one image. And they get about approximately 150 of images on an alternate day. So 115 ko unke inventory mein they have to manually match which was the one, which is a daunting task. So our AI engine of this is so trained now with an 86% accuracy. You give me an image in the manner that you click. I don't have the control. I can't tell you take a white background, do this, do that. You will click and send it back. Now the AI engine recognizes, that's the image recognition tool that we have, that image and gives you 10 outputs. वो 10 में से आपका वो the one that had gone 1 year back or 6 months back, you know that अच्छा इसका 18 carat था, इसमें ये setting था, because that is broken or that is repaired. So how do I use image recognition or search to address that problem? That is second. Third is we give 2 kg metal to our Babu Karigars to manufacture 100 pieces of rings and give it back. Now this Babu is doing work for us for the last 1 year or so. वो आते एक बैग थैली में, typically I'm using this language, this is how it comes. They come and hand over this 100 pieces to you. Every day 100, 200, 400 आ रहे. अभी how similar रिंग तो उन्होंने 2 महीने पहले भी दिया है, इस बार भी रिंग दे रहे. अभी इसमें 5% चेंज किया, नया कुछ बनाया, they can't go back again. अच्छा 6 महीने पहले which one? So every time the कारीगर is coming and giving designs, pieces, नया style code generate हो रहा है. And we have realized after we use the software, for every new design that has come, there are 65 to 70 new style codes for the same design. Now what they have done is, anything where the image says is a 30% match is accepted. So they have set a benchmark. Something which is more than that, 80% matches, you have not done much. And हमारे inventory में आपने ऐसा रिंग तो 10 बार बेचा मुझे. So what have we given more? So I'm saving money for the company, I'm saving time for the company and resources who can do other better jobs. That is how we are, this is being used currently. At the customer front, I'm giving more options. At the backend front, they are clicking in the light box, uploading it, seeing it and tagging it. This is real. This is happening as we speak by a lot of companies. Does that briefly explains? We can customize. So for example, it could be something that you want image recognition for, which is a different problem statement for you. But the same algorithm works for multiple.
And is it installed with the 86% accuracy or does this develop over time?
Yeah, so when you give me a data set, so now the big question is that, organizers let me know when I'm overshooting because there are lots left. What happens, I have to get your data. The first stumble is that I need some data for us to evaluate, right? That how the engine is understanding. So if you have a gold category and you are facing a problem with gold category, then maybe the smaller subset you have to give it to me. Then I will make the engine recognize, you give me, maybe bad ones. So what we generally get is these are my 100 worst clicked images. So your worst clicked say what is the evaluation I'm getting, and these are my best ones. The machine unfortunately has to see what is worse and what is good. Then they know that okay, this is not something that I'm going to take, and this is something that I'm going to take. Sir, please, you want to say something?
Yeah, is it this Instagram is working on the same line of other AI? Because when we choose some
Yeah.
product, the same similar kind of products will be displayed.
Pinterest, Instagram, the logic might be very similar, but they are scraping it from the internet data. So when I upload a very bad piece, broken piece of yours, now the question is, will the AI tell me what was the piece that you've given to manufacture after seeing a broken piece? That is the power of AI. The similarity to chalo log de hi rahe, but in the website, it is there in internet, it is there in Pinterest. You can have your separate library on your name that it understands what I like and you can create it. But with your internal database, when I, like Tanish mein aap jayenge iske baad, dekhenge, you upload a ring, it will give you everything but not similar to what you uploaded because they have a different strategy in place. They want to upsell the ones that are not selling. But the point is that if you have a front-end e-commerce or online platform or a store, your people are waiting, you give them this tool, at least आपको customer का mindset तो समझ में आएगा what he or she is liking. So when he goes to the counter, you already know that okay, necklace में ये सब उन्होंने पसंद किया, so let me upsell or cross-sell something that is relevant. Yeah, please. Yeah. It's a very simple URL. Okay. We'll delve that, and of course, now we come to a very interesting part is the design generation, which people are already doing. So what are we doing design generation? 1 year back, we had some crazy stuff. People kicked us out of the offices and everything, and there are what nonsense is this? These designs don't even work. Okay, we realized, I said, okay, chill pill, because we're not from jewelry industry. We are very infant babies. We'll take time to understand. But then we realized, we studied Midjourney, we ripped them apart, we did a lot of other research, and okay, what is it that the people need? So you see 3 things. We had 10, we have migrated to 3. 2 are there hidden. I don't want to say, because the moment I say that, there's a lot of controversy with it, and then people love it, and then it goes to, but I'll also show it to you. Design variation. Now, all of you, and 50 people will explain design variation in 15 different ways. We realized that while we went. What we think design variation is not what you think design variation. To some, design variation is ये design का और इससे necklace हो सकता है कि नहीं, ये हो सकता है कि नहीं, different collection. That is also design variation. For us, we meant, if you have a lovely image, can it have different shape variations? And it is doing wonderfully well. There are companies who are using only this one feature and generating close to 10,000 variations a month. They have their, बोला नहीं आपका AI का design मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. I am better than you. Okay, done. So you put your design. उससे आपको जितना juice निकालना है in terms of varying shapes, अब निकालते जाओ till your finger is tired submitting it. And then you select that, हाँ ये हमने बनाया है and इसका इतना सारा combination हो सकता है. Human mind cannot do that. Let's accept it, and there's nothing humiliating about it. Then we realize that everybody is talking about, can it give that? Can it give this? So since we were not getting a lot of data, since